we are back for part 2 of the Napa Weekly. We're back on hole 1. This time we're playing it to the position on the right. Got Jordan here with me, walking this through the next half of this weekly event.
Yeah, I believe this one's on an elevated basket. Definitely adds a lot to this hole. There's a bunch of manzanita guarding the basket, so you kind of actually have a clear look now, but elevated baskets are no easy task.
Yeah, and this one is super elevated because it is normally in a wine barrel on one of the holes that was burned. So we just brought the pole over.
Carson threw that thing like a slingshot. It's right up there, but again, that elevated basket.
Forehand is definitely a familiar line here. Jordan going up to the right, and it looks like he's going to be near that tree.
Yeah, you think I would have just thrown that jawbreaker buzz from the first round, but
I'm going forehand. That's the line I want. Just want to get behind that tree that I hit.
He bounced right off of it, and curl.
I was feeling good about that out of my hand. I just wanted to be right behind that tree. It's like a 12-foot putt.
And there's how high it is. Carson's what, probably 6'1", 6'2"?
Yeah, he's a tall guy.
And you gotta lay it up.
Just low.
And I remember Carson making fun of you, so he's got the same look. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, it's about 2 feet closer. Seems to be giving this a bit more effort than I did.
And that's why you laid up, huh?
Yeah, that's why I did that.
And I think Carson realizes that. There's that elevated basket. Gotta look right around the manzanita.
Oh,
stuck in, little body English.
That was nice.
Yeah, I was definitely happy with it too on that.
That is so high.
Oh, there it is. Had to jump to get it out.
The one nice thing about being elevated is you can see it from the other side of the manzanita bushes. But,
right.
If you miss it, it's not good.
Ooh.
Oh.
And Carson, yeah, he's stuck in those manzanitas now. But luckily.
I think that was his first bogey of the round.
Yeah. Ooh, barely over the lip. That's
right.
tough. Even where you were, it's you kind of just gotta. Luckily, you're tall enough to toss it in there, but for me, I would have had to maybe turbo it like you do.
Yeah, so with the birdie for you and Carson with the bogey, you take the box and the lead.
Yeah.
So now we're going straight ahead, just behind that bush, and the wind I remember being pretty significant.
I should have switched discs, but I got around those trees, so I do have a look, but this is one I definitely want to take a 2 on.
And I wanted to try the forehand again just because I've been working on it, and that one unfortunately did not stand up like I needed it to, and it went a little ways down. Carson, I believe he's throwing that Predator again, and the ultimate frisbee is paying off. That right there.
I remember I said stupid ultimaters on this because the way he throws that thing is just incredible. It almost looks like a mid-range out of his hand.
So I'm way down the hill. Do a forehand spike with the quake.
Yeah, I remember you taking your time on this one. You sure made it look easy.
It was mentally anguish.
Yeah, I wanted that one. That was definitely a jump putt within my range, but
Carson to get a stroke back and just off the chains.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Carson there. Tapping in a 3.
Yeah.
With the rest of us.
After that drive, I'll take a 3 on. Now on to the second position for hole 3, and I believe Anthony missed our drives on this hole.
Yeah, he missed the drives. Nothing too special that he missed, though. So here's our upshots. I left this one a little left. That's not the basket. That one is. And it amazingly stopped.
Yeah.
It's one of the best Napa rollaways I've ever got.
Yeah.
Here's Carson with the Nova.
And that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful Anheuser out of his hand. So I put my drive right in the middle of the hill. Just a little toss up, and boing. Where is that going?
I watched that thing go straight over my head. We gave Dandridge almost a little mulligan. Carson actually had the cards, and he didn't like the idea of the mulligan.
So what happened that you don't see in the video is that my back foot slipped out from under me, and I couldn't stop my throw, and that's why it went way off to the right.
That's what we're going with?
Oh, yeah.
Camera doesn't lie.
Oh.
That was definitely a good laugh after a very competitive round.
All right, so hole 4 now we're going up the hill to the left. Now it switches to just trying to get it as far up the hill as you can. That's a really nice shot.
Probably the furthest position that we played today.
Yeah, I think so.
Playing up the hill, probably got to throw about 450.
Carson unloads another forehand.
One of the best shots I've ever seen on this hole.
That was insane. Now,
he probably outdrove my little cheap shot by 30,
I'm
40
going
feet.
for the forehand also, and a little wind assistance to turn that over and go OB.
It is tough following what Carson just did, so not pretty, but that shot was.
Yeah, at least it's out in the open.
Yeah, you actually ate up a lot of fairway right there. Throwing a gator here. Giving it a run. Not quite, but I'll be happy with 3. Definitely a hole that's out of my range, so a 3 is the best I can do.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Fantastic. Even though it was for a 4, that was a good feeling putt.
Yeah, you ate up most of that fairway and did what you had to do to take your poison.
Yeah, it was pretty breezy. I switched over to the steady for that putt instead of the normal reef putter.
Definitely the right choice.
Yeah. You can look back and see how steep that fairway is.
Beautiful views out at Napa.
All right, so now for this position, if you watch part 1, you'll see the basket right there, and the position we're playing to is about 100 feet on the other side of the hill, straight behind it.
Yeah, I forgot about this hole. This one might be the longest one on the course. Probably pretty close to hole 4.
Yeah. You can see by our clothes that the wind has picked up as well.
Yeah, so I disced up and just trying to eat up the fairway. Basically shooting to the short pin that we have already played to.
Caught up on the jute, but that's good because you're trying to throw through that route just to the left of that red bush at the top of the hill.
Right. You ever see a 2 on this hole?
I don't believe I have. This is a pretty tough hole. Maybe Dale's 2 did.
Yeah, he probably will say he did.
So throwing that quake out and around through the gap, and
that was almost a 2.
That was almost a 2. Yeah, that was a really good upshot from where I was at. I was quite pleased.
You guys made this hole look so easy. This is one of the most difficult holes I played.
Yeah, Carson just shoots it right through the bushes.
Now it's up to me to get a 3.
Yeah, you see a lot of 4s on this hole.
I threw it a little long. See, Carson's running after it, see if it rolled away.
Yeah, because there's about
and he said it stopped.
There's about a 10-foot area that's flat around that basket, and then it just drops off. So luckily you didn't go too far down that.
Still a putt I probably should have made, but the way you guys played this hole, your upshots were awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if you 2 were the only ones that 3'd this today.
Yeah.
Especially with the wind.
Yeah, there's some pretty high scores today. There were a lot of people impacted by the wind.
And here I am shooting for 4, which honestly, if you guys wouldn't have 3'd, I wouldn't have been so upset with a 4, but I lost a stroke, probably just to you 2.
All right, so now we're skipping 2 holes and throwing what is normally hole 8 back across.
See, there's the holes, originally hole 6 that's closed, which I don't mind. I never do good on hole 6.
Yeah, so the first round we threw down to the left of that tree, and now we're going up to the right. I believe he's throwing a wasp. And look at that air bounce he got at the end.
Yeah, that
thing
was
carried forever.
That was crazy to watch. That air bounce added about 50 more feet to his flight.
Yeah, so it seemed like the wind was pushing up the hill, so I was playing for and sort of anticipating a similar air bounce.
Was that the same disc you threw on the first round?
No,
Okay.
that was an undertow. I was trying to get it to flip and ride the wind up to the right, but I got no lift or push.
Not a bad shot for the position that we previously played.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not the one I was throwing at. And that is a great hole.
Yeah, I needed to do something to get that 4 back.
Great drive, Jordan.
And I'm
That's
sitting
a
pretty good.
beautiful drive.
Probably 15, 20 feet out. Might get distracted by the view up there, though.
I have a blind shot over the hill.
Looks like it's right there.
Yeah, felt good.
Wind's still going.
I remember Carson getting really close on that. Did
Yeah.
he hit metal?
I can't remember, but I definitely did not. I mean, I wanted him to obviously do the best he can, but I was definitely going to be surprised if he would have made that, because I
remember
obviously
being
took
pretty
the 2.
close, and you cleaned up a beautiful 2. As I clean off my disc to tap in for par.
And the wind's still going. Look at your towel.
Oh, it's ripping. Yeah, when it gets this windy, I switch putters. So.
Yeah, so Carson went a little long. Trying to decide what disc he's going to tap in. Tough choice.
Yeah. That's with Challengers, I believe. Alright, so he cleans up his 3. And now we're on to one of the other really tough holes on this course, which is 9 in the long. So,
yeah, that one's tough.
Yeah, so normally it's just a little hyzer to the short position where you can go up the middle. Now we're going, gosh, up and over hole 4's tee pad almost. You're taking the hyzer line. Oh, you were playing this. You said you were playing the safe route, trying to get out to the middle.
Yeah, so I just wanted to take a 3. It's not the furthest hole in the world, but just the route that you have to hit is really tough to get a 2. So I'm going to be shooting for a 3 on this one.
Carson's taking the other gap, and he's throwing a big forehand. You got to get high to get up over the trees, and he's right there next to. You guys are pretty close to each other.
Yeah, we were almost sitting right next to each other. And there you are, thinking
debating
about
the wind. I always throw a thumber on this hole, and the wind had really started to pick up. So, but luckily it's a tailwind, so I'm going with the thumber. And I'll be taking a similar line that Carson did.
So it kind of gets lost right there. It's traveling to the right, and I believe you went past that big bush right there.
Yeah, so I actually went on the left side of that cluster of trees and finished pin high on kind of just off a 3's fairway.
Definitely not a bad spot for giving yourself a look.
Yeah.
Mine curled up, checked up for a 3. I remember Carson giving me a hard time about not going for it. He gives it a half go. There he goes. Carson with a smile.
And coming uphill at it and left it to the right. That's fine. I was 50, 60 out.
One of the better looks at 2 that I've seen. I just play it safe and shoot to the short position and then just pitch up and take the easy 3.
Yeah. But walking away with 3 pars on this hole is a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one that I knew we were going to play in the long, so if I was to bogey a hole, I would expect it to be this one because I didn't realize that 5 was in the long.
Here's another one that's easy to bogey.
Yeah. 2-meter rule always in effect at Napa?
Oh, yeah. And you're basically throwing into a cluster of trees, and this basket is perched on the side of the hill, and it is hard to get it to stick. There was not a really good angle to be able to see us and the basket.
Yeah, so for me not being able to throw a thumber that well, I kind of just went with a spray and pray and just hoped it trickled down.
Yeah, I think Carson, did he throw a tomahawk or a thumber?
Yeah, he threw a tomahawk.
Yeah, which actually takes a better line, I think.
Yeah, and we actually ended up in a very similar spot.
Yeah, I got the thumber, got it up a little bit high, but still in the open at least.
Yeah, as long as you hit that, there's a cluster gap right there, and as long as you hit it, you do have somewhat of a look, but you can see how guarded it is right there.
Yeah, just trying to forehand it right up the path.
And I haven't birdied this before.
But
Until
today's
now.
the day.
Yeah. I was definitely happy with that one because a 2 is a tough one on that.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some. In fact, I think today there were some 7s and 8s on this hole when they rolled down, and then Carson bangs a 2 also. So 2 birdies and a par is pretty good on this.
Yeah, definitely. I can see just getting stuck in those trees. You bounce off the headband, rolled it back down the hill. A lot of bad things are set up for that hole.
You guys are knotted up at the top, 5 down.
Yeah.
That's a great.
And it actually looks like that bird's moving pretty well, but we were watching this in real time, and the thing was not moving at all. So that was a testament to the win that day.
Yeah, it's pretty much just in one place. All right, so now we're taking hole 17, going to the high right. You can just see the headband peeking up through there.
Yeah, I like throwing a hyzer right here. I kind of got clipped a little bit. But it stuck, so damage was limited.
Carson going to throw the flex forehand. I believe that's his G-Star Firebird, which he is pretty good with.
I missed where that one went, but I believe it was a little short, and he kind of got caught up in the weeds.
I did not remember that it was a tailwind and didn't put any air under it.
Shaking your head.
Yeah. Needed to put a little bit more height on it. Now I've got kind of a weird forehand upshot, but it is in the right direction.
Yeah, so Carson did get caught up on that hill.
That's right. Here he goes throwing a Nova in at it.
And for anyone wondering, that is the leaf from Wally that has died on his disc.
Jordan a little bit short. Jump. It settles down.
Yeah, there's 2 layers right there that you can kind of just hope to stick on.
So Carson's putt went way long down the hill. And he's fighting back up through the Manzanita.
Little window here for his 4.
Yeah. Alright, so after my not so great drive, I get a spit out for a 4. And it's a casual round, so we got picked up.
Yep.
And Jordan gets the 3.
Yeah, so I picked up a couple strokes there. Easy 1 to 2, but definitely gonna have some rollers.
So now our final hole of our 20-hole round, we're going to be shooting over to the right up the hill. High fives for Anthony. We're filming our round today.
And it's send away to NASA.
So you can see the headband over there on the right. I think most of us are throwing, you can throw a backhand or a forehand here.
I was trying to give it one last ace run.
Ooh. It's a good spot to end up in. It's a good safe ace run.
Yeah, it actually looked a lot closer than it did on film, but Deandra liked it so much.
I tried it also.
And right over the top.
Twice as nice, huh?
Great spot to be to finish, though.
Carson looks like he's going to take the forehand with his zone, I believe.
Leaking a little right, but
as long as you get over that bush.
Yep, over the bush and on the hill, you're setting for a birdie.
Quite a downhill putt. You want to make sure you get metal here.
Carson puts it right in.
Very nice. Good way to finish on a birdie. Having flashbacks of my putt on hole 2. First round, but that one sticks.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to roll away on your last hole of the day.
Yeah.
And here I am just cleaning up.
Taking a knee.
Yeah, just kind of the right idea that I had at the time. Just give myself a bigger window.
Finishing up with a star frame.
And there we go. I finished at 6 down, Carson at 4 down, and Dandridge at +3.
And I think there was only one other person that shot under today.
Yeah, I think that was Jeremy.
Yep, Jeremy Ewell. And then I think +3 was the next best score.
Yeah, the wind really hurt people. My home course is Lagoon, so I'm used to the wind. But there it is.
Yeah, so thanks for watching the modified layout at Napa.